The icy plains of Greenland became an unlikely stage for diplomatic drama in late March 2025. Vice President J.D. Vance and Second Lady Usha Vance embarked on a highly anticipated and equally contentious trip to the world's largest island. The visit was shrouded in controversy even before their plane touched down. What began as a seemingly routine visit, with cultural exchanges planned for Mrs. Vance, quickly morphed into a lightning rod for criticism, underscoring the complex relationship between the United States and Greenland. The initial agenda included meetings with local leaders and cultural events aimed at fostering goodwill. The trip, curtailed to a mere 3 hours amid security concerns and the specter of public protests, laid bare the simmering tensions surrounding America's Arctic ambitions. The streets of Nuuk were filled with protesters, their signs a clear message of resistance. The Vances' itinerary was significantly scaled back from its original scope. What was supposed to be a multi-day visit was reduced to a brief, tightly controlled affair. Gone were the visits to Greenland's vibrant capital, Nuuk, and the historical town of Sisimiut. These locations, rich in culture and history, were deemed too risky for the delegation to visit. Instead, the delegation found themselves confined to the remote and strategically significant Pituffik space base, a U.S. military installation far from the island's population centers. This base, while important, offered little in terms of cultural exchange. The curtailed visit, a stark departure from the initial plans for cultural exchange, spoke volumes about the anxieties surrounding the trip and the deep-seated resentment towards perceived American encroachment on Greenland's sovereignty. The locked gates and protest signs were a testament to the local sentiment. This was not a social call. The serious expressions on the faces of the Vances and their hosts underscored the gravity of the situation. It was a geopolitical maneuver, one that cast a long shadow over the icy expanse of the Arctic. The strategic importance of Greenland in the Arctic region cannot be overstated. The visit, coming on the heels of years of heightened interest in Greenland from the Trump administration, was seen by many as a thinly veiled attempt to assert American dominance in the region. The legacy of these past interactions loomed large over the Vances' visit. The Vances' arrival, met with a mixture of apprehension and outright hostility, served as a stark reminder of the unresolved issues that continue to define the relationship between the United States and this increasingly important Arctic territory. The mixed reactions from the crowd highlighted the deep divisions and ongoing tensions. Pituffik Space Base, a remote outpost of American military might nestled within Greenland's icy expanse, stands as a testament to the strategic importance of the Arctic region. It became the sole port of call for the Vances' truncated visit, a visit that was shrouded in both secrecy and significance. The base, leased to the United States by Denmark since 1951, has long served as a symbol of America's strategic footprint in the Arctic, a region of growing geopolitical interest. However, this presence has become increasingly contentious in recent years, with local communities expressing their concerns and opposition. The choice of Pituffik as the sole destination for the visit was telling, highlighting the strategic imperatives that underpin the trip and the delicate balance of power in the Arctic. This visit underscored the importance of the Arctic in global strategic calculations, emphasizing the need for a strong military presence in the region. Accompanying the Vances on this carefully choreographed visit was a delegation of high-ranking officials, each representing a key aspect of America's strategic interests in the Arctic. These officials, dressed in winter gear, embodied the multifaceted approach of the United States towards Arctic policy. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, known for his hawkish stance on China, was a prominent figure in the delegation, alongside Energy Secretary Chris Wright, a vocal proponent of American energy independence and resource security. Their presence underscored the visit's focus on security and resource competition, key issues in the Arctic's evolving geopolitical landscape. The delegation's visit served as a potent reminder of the Arctic's growing importance in a world grappling with climate change and shifting geopolitical alliances, where every move is closely watched. The delegation's movements within the base were tightly controlled, with every step monitored and every interaction carefully managed. Their interactions with the outside world were limited to carefully staged photo opportunities and pre-approved statements, ensuring a controlled narrative. The sterility of the setting, a stark contrast to the vibrant culture and breathtaking landscapes that lay beyond the base's perimeter, only served to amplify the sense of unease that pervaded the visit. This contrast highlighted the isolation and detachment of the base from the surrounding environment and communities. The Vances, confined within the base's secure walls, found themselves physically and metaphorically isolated from the very people they had ostensibly come to engage with. This isolation underscored the complexities and challenges of maintaining a strategic presence in such a remote and contested region. Within the confines of Pituffik Space Base, a place that has long been shrouded in mystery and strategic importance, Vice President Vance articulated a vision of Greenland as a crucial piece on the global chessboard, emphasizing its unique position and untapped potential. A strategically vital territory caught between competing world powers, each vying for influence and control. His pronouncements, delivered against a backdrop of heightened geopolitical tensions, were carefully calibrated to convey both strength and a degree of diplomatic finesse, aiming to reassure allies while sending a clear message to adversaries, a marked departure from the often confrontational rhetoric of his predecessor, who was known for his more aggressive stance. The Arctic is no longer a remote frontier, Vance declared, highlighting the region's growing importance in global affairs, his words echoing across the icy expanse, resonating with the urgency of his message. It is a region of vital strategic importance, one where the interests of the United States, our allies, and our adversaries intersect, creating a complex web of geopolitical dynamics. His pronouncements were not merely rhetorical flourishes, they were a reflection of a well-thought-out strategy. They reflected a growing awareness within Washington's policy circles of the Arctic's geopolitical significance, in an era marked by climate change, resource competition, and the resurgence of great power rivalry. The stakes have never been higher. Vance, while acknowledging Greenland's historical ties to Denmark, was careful to emphasize the island's right to self-determination, a principle that resonates deeply with the Greenlandic people, a principle enshrined in international law, but one that carries particular weight in a region grappling with the legacy of colonialism. This was a nod to the island's complex history and its aspirations for the future. His words, while seemingly innocuous, were laden with geopolitical subtext, hinting at deeper strategic intentions, a tacit acknowledgement of the growing calls for independence within Greenland, and a not-so-subtle attempt to position the United States as a more favorable partner than Denmark in the eyes of the Greenlandic people. This was a calculated move to win hearts and minds. This rhetorical balancing act, however, did little to mask the underlying message. The United States viewed Greenland as a strategic asset, a vital link in its efforts to counter the growing influence of China and Russia in the Arctic, a region becoming increasingly contested. Vance's pronouncements, delivered with a measured tone and couched in the language of partnership and respect, were designed to build trust and cooperation, nevertheless underscored the high stakes at play in the Arctic, and the United States' determination to secure its interests in the region, a region that is rapidly becoming a focal point of global strategic competition. In the summer of 2019, the United States made a surprising offer to purchase Greenland, an autonomous territory of Denmark. The proposal, however, was met with swift and firm rejections from both Greenland and Denmark. Greenland's government stated that the island was not for sale, emphasizing its importance to the people living there. Denmark's Prime Minister echoed this sentiment, calling the suggestion absurd. The diplomatic tension highlighted the strategic significance of Greenland in the Arctic region, as well as the complexities of international relations in the modern era. The voices of Greenland's people echo with a unique blend of resilience and tradition. Their stories, woven with threads of history and culture, reveal a deep connection to the land and sea. In their words, we find a testament to their enduring spirit and a glimpse into their hopes for the future. As the global community grapples with the ramifications of climate change, Greenland stands at a critical juncture. The melting ice not only alters the landscape, but also impacts the lives of its inhabitants. Navigating these changes requires innovative thinking and a collaborative approach to ensure a sustainable future for all. The call for independence in Greenland is growing stronger. Fueled by a desire for self-determination and the right to manage their own resources, the movement captures the essence of a new era. This quest for autonomy reflects the island's evolving identity and its aspirations on the world stage. As Greenland's strategic importance rises, so does the interest of global powers. Russia, with its own Arctic ambitions, watches closely from the wings. The interplay of geopolitical interests adds a complex layer to Greenland's unfolding story, signaling a future where international relations will play a pivotal role.